Hello, hello. Are we in here? Are we out here? Oh my goodness, my adults. My lovely adults, what's going on? It is TheMentok, the prophet, YouTube savior, but not really, because some people got butthurt when I said that. What's happening, people? Where is everybody at? What is going on? Today is a day. Today's a day, okay? There's two things that I gotta cover today. First, we're gonna be watching PlayStation's... what's it called? State of Play. PlayStation State of Play. So, who knows what they're announcing? It doesn't have to be Sonic, but at the same time, I'm still hyped. So, we're gonna be watching that alongside each other. So, everyone who was asking me what we're doing today, that's what's happening. We're watching that first. We could very well see Sonic Frontiers at the State of Play, which would be great because there's a lot of questions that a lot of people have, myself included. So this is going to be a day. If nothing is shown at State of Play, I want to review. I want to take a look, like an in-depth look at the Sonic Frontiers gameplay that we have so far, because it has been one of the most divisive experiences that I've seen in the Sonic community since hell knows when. So I am very neutral on the subject as of right now because I have a lot of questions. So I think that it's safe for me to actually just go through the gameplay after the State of Play and kind of really break down what I think about what's happening and what they've shown so far. So I know that I stay away. I think a lot of you guys aren't necessarily on Twitter. Actually, you know what? Before we get into this, everybody get hype, man. Let's see them. Let's see the fire and flames in the chat. Let's see the thumbs up, the cheers, the confetti. Come on, man. We need to get hype first. I didn't even hype up the chat first. Let's get hype real quick, all right? Hey, can we get hype? Actually, you know what? No. Let's press the other button. It's time. It's time, y'all.
Come on. Shoulda had them apple bottom jean boots with the fur. Got low. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Hell yes. It is time. It is time. It is time. So, guys, here's how this stream's gonna work. I look like extremely bright today. What is happening? I need to turn the brightness down a little bit. There we go. All right, so y'all, here's the deal. So first, we're gonna discuss the State of Play that's coming up. All right, so PlayStation and Sonic Frontiers could very well be one and the same thing. I'm not gonna explain what you guys just saw. Why should I do that? But before I get to all of that, let me say what's up to the people in the chat. My new mods, Eric Z, Ethereal Dragon in the chat. They're holding things down right now. Blue Links, I see you. Epic Gamer, welcome back. Mr. No One, Elijah Grant, Ray CF, King Av, Monster 2239. I see all you guys out here. Phoenix Gundam, one of the OGs out here. Ninja Power, Sonic Extreme, another OG. He was in my very first stream, bro. This is crazy. The fact that like some of you still like have stuck with this for so long, like the growing pains of this channel has just been insane. In the Mist, not normal. I see everybody here just shuffling in. So here's the agenda, right? Please say your name, Blue Gamer. Blue Gamer, you get your shout out. Malpro Plays, I see you also too. Welcome back to the stream. There's so many of you today. All right, cool. Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Just tell me what you guys are going to eat in the chat as I decide to ramble about the next couple of hours that we're going to spend together, okay? Ninja Power, welcome. If you're brand new here, you're in for a nice little treat. I'm TheMentok, the prophet, YouTube savior, whatever. Namely, I'm a Sonic channel, but today we're just going to be talking about gaming in general. But no, Sony State of Play is happening today, so we're gonna get a bunch of PlayStation announcements. What those might be, I'm gonna speculate in a second. But I know a lot of reasons. The big reason why a lot of people clicked is because Sonic Frontiers, and I haven't publicly stated a lot about what we saw so far. So my question for Sonic Frontiers, my biggest major question. Oh, sorry. Whoop, 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 whoop. There's music happening. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Sometimes I forget to like play my desktop audio and you guys are hearing me scream over nothing. So I thought it was hype for a minute. It's like complete silence. All right, here we go. So as I was saying, the couple of questions that I have about Sonic Frontiers. Why is IGN the one breaking the story on this? Why is IGN the first one to show off gameplay? That's so odd to me. And I'm holding a lot of my anger. And I don't want to say anger because I'm not upset at what I saw. So I don't think that's a fair assessment. I'm holding any type of like heavy opinion on what Sega should be doing until Sega has officially announced it, showed an official trailer with like what else is gonna happen for Sonic Frontiers. Are there more worlds? What are the features? What are the collectibles? What are the rewards? What is the story? What is the purpose of Sonic being in that world? Why does it look the way that it does? Is it the Cyberverse? There's a lot of questions that I have, and there's like zero context in what we got. And I think that what Sega was trying to do there was give IGN and the opportunity to show off exploration and combat. And I think that it backfired. I think that it was supposed to drum up interest. And it did, though. A lot of non-Sonic fans are taking a look at Frontiers and they're saying, oh my gosh, this is actually the most interested I've been in Sonic ever. And then everybody else, you know, like, hey, I'm not calling out anybody. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I just want to put that out there first and foremost. But within minutes, you have Sonic YouTubers, you have Sonic Twitter, Sonic fans in general, just racing out the gates to like say, oh, well, what are the rails doing in the sky? And what is this? And what is that? And what is this? Oh my God, look at Sonic's animation. Oh, it's the awful forces. And I'm not saying, hey, I'm not saying that I don't agree with any of those things. And I'm not saying I disagree with any of those things. I don't know if that made sense. But my point is, like, I need some information from Sega, from the horse's mouth themselves. I just seeing like IGN put out stuff, I think that was just a very weird marketing strategy. And I did see people state that. People have stated that it is strange on Sega's marketing side that Frontiers was first sent as a gameplay for an IGN person to demo and then present to the world. So it's a little odd because everybody kind of got hyped for that original teaser. And then now, like, everyone saw the gameplay and they're like, oh my God, Sega needs to fix this and blah, 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 blah. So we don't even know if they plan on delaying this even further. I don't know. Honestly, I heard that things are going to be leaking throughout the next few weeks. And I'm not saying that people can be upset. I just feel something is off here. And I am waiting. I'm reserving my judgment to wait for that moment until I'm fully informed on what Sega's plans are before I say what Sega needs to do. What am I hearing right now? Okay, I thought it was like a Sonic Frontier. Revenge of Sonic Frontiers. That is actually Dogs, stop. Okay, so just so you guys are aware, I do have the State of Play up and ready. So they just started the stream. That was the music that you randomly heard in the background. Sony does it to me every single time. So I'm going to turn it down for now. I think that we're going to be seeing a glimpse of Sonic Frontiers in this presentation. Maybe not. But if we don't see it today, we'll definitely see it next week at the Summer Games Fest thing that's happening. That's put on by Jeff Keighley and all of his men. So we will get to Sonic Frontiers a little bit later on after the State of Play. I want to see all the cool announcements that PlayStation has. And then after that, I'll do a full walkthrough of Sonic Frontiers and the gameplay that we got so far. Again, I am not knocking anybody for being disappointed. It's just I have a lot of questions, and I need those questions answered first. I need to see what Sega actually has planned before I can really say, like, before I can really, like, speak my piece on the situation. As far as what I've seen, though, I think that the concept looks great, and it's drumming up interest into Sonic. Everyone's saying it's a Breath of the World clone or whatever. Breath of the Wild clone. I don't. Obviously, it takes inspiration from that, but everybody's been inspired by Breath of the Wild in the lot. Like, you have a very influential game, people are going to make things based off of that. There is no shame in making an open world game based around Breath of the Wild. I think that we need to kind of stop that narrative. Breath of the Wild is not the first open world type of game either. And honestly, I would argue that Xenoblade Chronicles X did it first. Thank you, Ultimate Plush World, for joining TheMentok. Welcome. Anyway, so aside from that, like the whole point that I wanted to make is that I want to go to that trailer, tell you guys what I liked, tell you guys what I didn't like, and hopefully we can tailor our expectations from there. And then I want to see what Sega has planned. They've been very quiet over the last couple of days, so I don't know. Honestly, I think that they're going to delay it further. I think that they just wanted to drum up more interest. It's been a while. People have been begging for more stuff. Everyone's saying, oh, this must be in development hell, which could be totally the case. Why haven't we seen anything? Yada, yada, yada. And I think, honestly, Sega could not take the pressure as well as Nintendo does. When they send out their director to talk about Zelda all the time, and all he has to say is, hey, guys, my apologies, but we're delaying this a little bit further. Head bow. And then that's it. So, honestly, Sega, if you're listening to me, if you want to delay your game further, people are going to bitch and complain, whatever you do. Just do what you think is best for the game and best for sales. That's my opinion. And from a sales perspective, from that business perspective, if they don't feel that it's up to par with what they're expecting, then delay it. But I honestly think, my opinion is that Sonic Team aren't a set of really, really talented devs. That's my opinion. So that's it. Let's see. Eric saying, how long is State of Play usually? State of Play is usually 40 minutes. I forgot how long they said this was going to be today, but it's going to be less than an hour for sure. Yeah, the Mentok rant is over. My bad, totally. I just got into my feelings a little bit there. Let's see, the Forces model makes me sick. I get real Breath of the Wild vibes from this game. I hope they're going to change the Sonic model because it's really bad. They have to go fast, if you will. Tavio, what's going on? Mentok, what's up? If the game will be like this, then it'll be a waste. It's an empty one. It was a gameplay trailer, right? Yes, I think so. Like, again, we'll look into it in a sec. I'm wondering what the enemies are going to look like. The enemies look kind of generic to me. That's I mean, I need some explanation behind what those enemies are. They don't look like Eggman robots to me, which, hey, could be totally different. What do you think of this Forces model in Frontiers? I don't think the model looks terrible. I wish that they would have redone it. It kind of sucks that out of all assets to reuse, it would have been that. I don't know. I think that they spent a lot of time working on the Hedgehog engine. Everybody said that they have been working on this game for 5 years, and I kind of doubt that. From the moment that they actually announced this announced this game, and Takashi Iizuka's like, yeah, I wasn't really expecting them to announce it. It was like really, really soon. I feel like they did not have anything finished in that moment. They just had like, you know, a 2-second CGI trailer to show. So I really think like when they announced it, was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was I think it was last year. Whenever that Sonic Central was, I think it was, or 2020, one or the other. I think it was 2020. We're in 2022 now, so almost 2 years ago now. I honestly think in that moment, that's when they started development. Like, it was at like a phase where they barely had a name for it. They didn't even have a name for the game at that point in time. So, reminder, they haven't been working on this for 5 years, and I don't know what they were doing after Sonic Forces. Maybe like threw a bunch of concepts at the wall. They didn't know what would work, what would stick. So, who knows? They should do Avatar DLC for Sonic Forces from Sonic Forces. You may as well, right? Because they're importing a lot of stuff from Sonic Forces. It really does feel like another demo, like the Matrix game with Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, and like, you know what I'm saying? So here's my opinion though. A lot of people are like, oh my god, there's so many other fan games that are better than this. Sonic GT and Sonic Utopia did this so much better. And I always have said that saying these type of things are very dangerous for Sonic, because anytime I play those games, I'm like, this is cool, but I'm never like blown away. I never feel like, okay, this is the direction I want Sonic to go. just because they're cool ideas made by fans, I feel like people have a little bit more leniency for those types of fan games. And not to say that those fan games are bad, and most of the time they're not even finished, because these guys are not going to finish it. They're not being paid for it, and they're not going to do things to actually get, you know, things in order like that. And I don't blame them. Those are very talented people to sit there and actually work on that for years and years and years. But I've never agreed with the idea that, you know, Sonic should be like based around those types of fan games. I think that that's a dangerous precedent to set for the series, because you're listening to more ideas that people think are a good idea, and, you know, we've seen what that has done in the past. So that's what a lot of people are saying right now. Oh my god, Sonic Utopia, Sonic GT, there's no momentum, yada yada yada. I think we need to chill for a bit. I need a response from Sega before I can finally understand what's going on. So, anyway, Raven Christian just showed up. What did you miss? I was just talking about what's been going on with the whole Sonic Frontiers situation. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Just so you guys know, first thing I'm going to be doing is watching the state of play, which starts in 7 minutes. So we're going to see what Sony has to share with the world. And then after that, I'm going to break down the Sonic Frontiers gameplay trailer that we got. And I'm going to tell you guys what I liked and what I don't like. And honestly, not my opinion, but my predictions on what's going on as I'm watching it. So we'll see. Imagine Frontiers with Super Sonic DLC. No, I don't think they're going to do that. I hope not. Carson Eli Davis, welcome to the stream. I see you. What else? Did I miss anything? Elijah saying Honey the Cat. I would love a Honey the Cat NPC in this game. That'd be great, wouldn't it? She just sells costumes for the characters. Somebody put that in like my Honey the Cat video comment section, and I'm like, hey, that's dope. We should have more of that. Shout out to all my Honey the Cat fans out there. Anything else? Did I miss anything else? I probably missed a bunch of other things, but whatever. Anyway, welcome to the TheMentok stream. We have 5 minutes and 60 seconds before this thing starts. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hype up the stream. All right, so everybody get your soda, get your milk. If you're an adult of age, get your alcohol, get your tequila. It's time to react to some game trailers and other shit like that. Let's see what Sony has to share with the world, because Sony always wins, baby. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, cheers, cheers. Here we go. I don't know why I do that to myself, bro. I don't know why I do that to myself every time. Every time. I need to chill. Raven Christian saying, I'm off work, I'm drunk, I love Sonic. Those three things, you have me even more hyped than before. All right, welcome to the TheMentok stream. We'll get along just fine. Man, I really should have a bottle of grown-up juice in my fridge for these occasions. Hey, no pressure and all that type of stuff. All right, so we have 4 minutes, 46 seconds before the state of play starts. Before we get into that, Elmo's gonna come kill us all. No, I'm just kidding. Elmo, welcome to the stream. I'm glad to be back in Elmo's world. I'm glad Elmo has time to watch me. You know, Elmo, you have a busy schedule, I'm sure, in the world of Sesame Street, and you decided to come here and spend it with me. That's crazy. Welcome, Elmo. All right, so guys, here's what I have. Shout out to Kate Stark, who made this bingo list for the state of play. So, if you guys don't know, every time there's a state of play, I try to pull up a bingo card so that we can go through what the announcements are and what's not there. And she used only icons, which is kind of sucks because I don't know what some of these things are. Maybe you guys can help me. What the hell is this supposed to be? I mean, I guess I'll know if I see it. But apparently everyone's saying that there's going to be PlayStation VR 2 announcements, Hello Neighbor 2, Wonder Woman, PlayStation VR 2 release. And I've been thinking of doing like a VR stream. I'm very interested in doing all of that stuff. So we doing bingo today. If we get a bingo, meaning any line diagonally. Wait. How does this work? This looks like a small bingo card. Okay, so if we get a line diagonally like this, or like this, or like, you know how bingo works, right? If we get a line, I'm gonna take 3 shots in a row. 3. Because I've never gotten the bingo on stream before, ever. All right, so it's about to be real lit in the stream. And if I take 3 shots after all of this, then that means your Sonic Frontiers gameplay walkthrough, whatever I'm gonna do later, is gonna be way too lit. So anyway, you guys, thank you for joining me. There's 60 of you. Oh, 60. There are 60 of you in here right now. You could have spent this stream with anybody else. So I appreciate you coming to this guy over here, because I am but a humble, small YouTuber. And the fact that so much interest is building within my channel right now, it makes me feel like I'm not humble anymore. I'm the greatest person alive on this damn channel. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Let's see. Skullis goes from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Got it. I never recognized his face. I played the original a long ass time ago and I totally forgot. I'll take those shots with you. This couch is comfy. Raven is... You and I get along. Ethereal Dragon saying, I have seen dozens of YouTube videos where they were drunk. Let's see. Where is Sesame Street? No, don't give them an address. Don't dox yourself, Elmo. I hope they announce some Spider-Man 2 news. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, the game especially, so I hope we see that. I don't think that we're gonna get Wolverine, which is not on this list, but I forget what this cat is from, but we'll see. Final Fantasy 16, I think, is definitely gonna get a trailer. Last of Us remake, I really don't care for that game. Like, I liked both Last of Us 1 and 2, but I really don't feel like they needed a remake, man. We needed an Uncharted remake before we needed a Last of Us remake. Let's see, Forspoken? Forspoken is the name here. I think this was delayed, actually. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2. I would love to see what they have cooking. It's been a little too long. This released in 2018 or 19? How many years has it been? I think it's almost 3 years now. So I'd love to see if they have anything, if they're working on that. If not, whatever. We have to wait a little bit longer, but we're never getting to the end of that series. Street Fighter 6, Dragon Quest 12, Silent Hill remake. There's been rumors of this for ages. Oh my gosh. Can we just finally get any type of Silent Hill news? I just want to see something that's like really scary, like PT scary. How much time do we have? 44 seconds. Okay, let me get through the rest of this. Horizon Zero Dawn, this is like a free space over here because they already announced that we're going to be seeing a Horizon Forbidden West VR game. So I'm going to go ahead and scratch both of those off. Hopefully I have the right color. All right, green works. I'm going to scratch both of these off. We're going to see that. Sonic Frontiers is definitely here. DLC, I think this is Monster Hunter. Maybe. DLC for Resident Evil 8. I love Resident Evil 8. Hopefully there's that. I forgot the game that has Jared Leto in it. Which one is that? Somebody remind me that too. Oh my god. I need to chill. 4 seconds. Okay, I need to shut up. We'll deal with it later. Sonic music. Stop. Stop. There's too much going on. Shit. It's starting. Okay. Morbius game, yes. It's Morbin time. It's Morbin time. Okay, March 24th. I love how they gave a date first. What the hell is what is this? R. Resident Evil. Yes! Is this Village DLC? 4! Resident Evil 4 remake? Hell yes!
Condor One to Roost. I've located Baby Eagle.
Was that on my list? Hang on. Resident Evil 4 is not on this bingo card. Let me just check if I'm fully HD right now. Yes, I'm fully HD.
Guess you, me. Big Durang is spud to vacation, eh?
I'm definitely doing this on stream.
Receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
I did Resident Evil 3 on stream. I've done Resident Evil 7 and 8. We're doing Resident Evil 4 on stream. Put some thumbs up in the chat if you want me to stream this. Otherwise, I'll do it on Twitch. They can have it instead.
Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
This looks gorgeous, though. March 24th. So that's less than a year from now. I mean, we knew that they were making Resident Evil 4 remake. I mean, they did 1 through 3 already. I turn it down. PlayStation VR 2 content. Hey, look, so this is definitely going to be a PlayStation VR 2 stream. Very nice.
State of Play returns,
we're off to a good start. Big Chungus, I saw you earlier.
Updates to share with you today.
Shout out to you.
And thanks to Capcom for kicking it off with Resident Evil 4, coming to PS5 with PlayStation VR 2 content also in development. Now let's get a sneak peek at 4 games in development for PlayStation VR 2.
The PlayStation VR 2 stream. I feel this. I'm feeling it.
Now, let's take a look at him. Wow.
Raven, you're
Well,
staying for the
Ethan
shots.
Winters.
Oh,
You
DLC?
escaped
No.
my little brother's idiot games, did you?
Should I play this in
Let's see
VR?
how
Holy
special
fuck.
you are.
This would be way too scary.
Yes, mother. Yes, mother.
I love how the camera's shaking because it's like the supposed to be the head. Somebody's head looking around. If this comes out before October, then yeah. Then again, I honestly think PlayStation VR will come next year. Depending on the release date, we can figure out when PlayStation VR 2 is dropping. Came for the Sonic. Pause.
Oh, careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters.
Mommy in VR? She can step on me in VR? I don't know. I was feeling her daughters a little bit more. That's just me. They need to let us know if there's DLC, though. They said they were going to work on DLC for Village. I'm surprised that there has been 0 announcements of that. Okay, this...
Of all people, have the audacity to question me?
This Dying Light?
You, who emerged from the putrid waters of the bayou
No.
to plunder our righteous gains and cut our throats like a demon in the night.
The Walking Dead?
What have you done to ensure the future of
Kinda
this
looks like
forsaken
trash.
city?
Look at them PS2 graphics, bruv. No,
Who have brought nothing but chaos.
Demicon, what's going on? I see you, bruv. Welcome. I know, this is a last-minute stream.
When death was swallowing this city whole, it was I who resurrected it. It was I who shined as a beacon of hope for all.
Bro, can you
The tower
imagine
cries out for blood.
everybody be throwing up
Vow
playing
to
Sonic in VR?
spare it. When the bells ring, the song
Jet, what up?
sing will be righteous.
Retribution. Oh, The Walking Dead. Isn't that what I said?
Welcome home, tourist.
Let me see if this is on our bingo card. It's not. Somebody said, oh yeah, so on here is also Elden Ring DLC. I honestly think we're getting a PlayStation VR like date announcement. Sergio, I see you, bruv. We'll be getting into the Sonic Frontiers gameplay trailer after the State of Play, because I have a lot to say. No, where's No Woman's Sky, man? Tired of No Man's Sky. Let's get out. Let's get to the sequel already.
There.
Oh, this is definitely Horizon. So I marked that off because we knew this was gonna happen.
I asked you a question. Everyone says Reyes is a good shot.
Yeah, and he'll put arrows through both of us. You're switching with me.
Is the audio too loud or am I too loud?
Snap mob.
Let me know. Player back 772. I see you, bruv. Welcome to the stream.
Blameless Murad had me released from prison. But why? Redemption is still possible, Reyes.
Does this have Horizon spoilers or what?
Mountain.
And you're not playing as Aloy. That's the interesting part here.
Find out why the machines are attacking.
Thank you, guys. So if you're not playing as Aloy, it means you are gonna die at the end. This insignificant character is gonna get killed. Murked.
Do that, and you shall be a free man.
Bro, Elmo's sitting on Sesame Street eating Sesame Street pizza.
Your skills and courage. You have walked in the shadows, Reyes. Now it is time to climb into the light.
Okay, I'm supposed to be louder than the audio, but if I get too annoying, let me know.
Hi, I'm TheMentok, Narrative Director of Guerrilla. I hope you enjoyed your first look at Horizon Call of the Mountain, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2. We're also happy to announce that a big update to Horizon Forbidden West, including New Game Plus, will be available to download.
I'm only here
on
for Sonic
PlayStation
Frontiers.
4 and
Hopefully they show some new
PlayStation
gameplay here,
today.
man. Otherwise, I'm gonna be getting into it anyway after this. Oh, it's a big Horizon Forbidden West update. I'm in the middle of this game. Spoilers? Come on now. Oh, the coffin was for the guy that got stomped by a Thunderjaw at the end of that last
Please
trailer.
check out PlayStation Blog. From all of us at Guerrilla, thank you for your continued support, and please stay tuned for more updates to come.
Bro, Guerrilla is never going back to Killzone. They're never developing another
Get
Killzone
ready.
game.
A PlayStation fan favorite is coming to PC.
Oh shit. Last of Us? For PC? Or is that already a thing?
These past few years.
Oh, Spidey.
Sacrificing
Oh,
so
yeah.
much and asking for nothing.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions.
So for all my PC people out there, Spidey is coming to PC.
I'm gonna go,
Do your thing.
Honestly, this is a phenomenal game. If you haven't played it, now's your chance.
Next time.
Time to bring back the glory days.
Can't wait for them Black Cat mods, if you know what I'm saying. Now, just kidding. Let me stop.
Leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
So are we gonna get like a Spider-Man 2 update or what? Sony's investing heavily in the PC side of things though, because God of War and the other game has done very well. Horizon. Those two have done super well on PC, so they're gonna keep rolling out PC stuff. This was on the bingo card. I forgot what this cat game was, but it's definitely here, so we're gonna scratch that off. Just want to put that out there. Do we like cats around here? Are we cat people in the chat? Yeah, whose cat is this, bro? Send it home. I remember seeing this at the last State of Play, but I completely wrote this game off. I don't know if this is something I would want to play. But shout out to my cat fans out there. Where my cat fans at? You're more of a dog person? I think we're all more of the dog people out here. Anyway, that's coming July 19th, so it's right around the corner.
Explore a mysterious cyber city in Stray, coming to PS5 and PS4 July 19th. PlayStation Plus Extra members and higher can download Stray at no extra cost when it launches next month.
Oh yes, they're gonna be talking more about this
Three
PlayStation
games
Plus stuff.
that will get your heart racing.
Returnal? More like return this game. No, just kidding. It's not. I don't think it's Returnal. It looked like Returnal at first though. Blue Links, you're more of a cat person? Your name makes it obvious.
Take a look outside.
Yo, their stream quality is kind of trash though.
They call Callisto the dead moon.
If you're just joining me, welcome to the Mentok stream. It's about to get real in here. We're watching State of Play, then after I'm going to be dissecting the Sonic Frontiers gameplay that we saw.
Whatever you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands.
Video Gamer, I see you. Welcome to the stream.
I'm just trying to give
Cyber Kitty 2077. Y'all got jokes.
that rebirth.
Is this Dead Space? No. It can't be Dead Space. There's supposed to be a Dead Space remake, but this looks nothing like it. Or is it? Sergio says Sonic fans overact every time is my take. I totally agree with that.
That last part.
We'll talk about it later. Will Sonic Frontiers be in State of Play? I'm gonna go with no. I don't think it will be. This is no. The Callisto Protocol. Who is that? Why y'all ripped off Dead Space, bro? What? Who did this? Whose game is this? Someone come get their game. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's the new game from the devs of Dead Space. That makes sense, Phoenix Gundam. I'm not trying to trash it. I'm just joking around. It looks good.
A new blood sport grips the globe.
I think we saw this one last year as well.
There will only be the victorious.
I love the art style, and I was keeping an eye on this. Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of something totally different. Is this Stranger Things? What is this? This looks nice though. This looks dope. I love the art style. It's like Borderlands on even more cocaine. YouTube, don't ban me for saying that. Where my Jet Set Radio fans at, man? This is like when the Jet Set crew just had enough. We're gonna start shooting people. I'd totally get this.
The world is watching.
Though not at like, not for $60 or $70. Roller Jerome. August 16th. Not far.
Sometimes I wonder if things will ever.
See, Raven, you get it.
Again.
Is it an RPG? It sounds like an RPG. Corpse Party? What the hell is this? What? This man got his arm sliced off and he's like, I've had enough. What could this looks like trash, bro. Convince me otherwise. This is Corpse Party if everybody had enough.
Not hopeless. I won't let anyone else get hurt.
Rylan, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is definitely not Corpse Party. There's too much power here.
I'm going to miss them.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
Oh, finally! Finally, we have a full-on hentai game on PlayStation. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, shit. No, but for real, what is this? The Eternals. The Eternals at night. Eternites. I didn't even know who these people. Kowloon. Who? Who? Genshin Impact
Action
Part
games
2.
and dating sims
I loved when the
combined
guy
into
got his
Eternites,
arm
coming
sliced
to
off and he went
PS5
full
and
morb, you
PS4
know?
next year.
Great. It's
Let's
good
check back in
stuff.
with Capcom for a new look at
It's
an
her Five
upcoming
Nights at
heavy
Freddy's.
hitter.
You know what I'm saying? You know Japanese people don't know how to name their names. Name their games. Sorry. That's what I meant to say. Is this Street Fighter? Looks like Street Fighter. Definitely Street Fighter. Yeah, I see Hugo back there. Hell yeah. We gotta mark that off the list then. Street Fighter 6, baby. Unless they throw me a curveball.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game.
I'm not gonna mark
This
it yet.
journey doesn't have a real ending.
Bro, can Street Fighter come back as like the king of fighters?
Hope you're ready to begin.
Street Fighter 4 dominated the fighting realm.
Yeah, hey there, I do this. Never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improved.
They got Tupac on the soundtrack. Let's go. Wait, what is happening? You can't tell me this is not Street Fighter. Is this Final Fight? What is this? He just did the Shoryuken, but what the hell? This is Street Fighter. Chun-Li's fine ass. Normally, I wouldn't want my head crushed between two legs, but Chun-Li's the one. All right, let me stop talking. Breath of the Wild Street Fighter, bro. Finally. Eddie? I'm just kidding. Y'all thought I was finished?
Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
Everyone looks so weird now. I'm gonna have to get used to this art style. This is definitely an interesting take on Street Fighter. The streets are back though. Street Fighter in the ghetto. Street Fighter in the hood. Honestly, this looks really good. What doesn't look good is the stream quality that PlayStation is putting out right now. It's very pixely. Oh, they changed the logo after people said it looked like an app logo? This is gonna be a big game apparently then. Interesting. 2023, huh? I've never been good at
Your first look at Street Fighter 6 gameplay.
2D
Mark your
fighters,
calendars, it
but
comes
I
to
feel like
PS5 and PS4 in 2023.
I think what they're marketing
Now it's
there
time for
is like
2
your own
indie
avatar
adventures
too.
arriving later this year.
So there's definitely going to be a customization or a custom character that you can use. Honestly, if it has a good single player experience, I'm down to play Street Fighter again. Because it's just so hard for me to get into it competitively. Shout out to my Tunic fans. Your boy will be right back. Hopefully nobody hijacks the stream in the meantime. I think it's a good time for a bathroom break.
She set out to record life at the end of this season. To make it real for people in the future.
Okay, what is this? What did I miss?
About living together.
Whose family is this?
And we asked her about traveling alone.
Tales in Legend of Zelda confirmed. Yeah, right? Tunic?
When the season turns, what will remain?
This looks familiar. I think I saw it in a previous
Only what she saw. What she captured.
I think this was in their last state of play.
She carries the sounds of the season with
Sometimes Sony goes like backs all these like very, very artsy fartsy ones, and I think that there's a place for these kind of things. It's just I kind of mixed them together. Oh, this is a Siren Head game. Got it.
The way she listened made you want to tell her everything.
I got to look in her journal.
Later, Devicon. I know I missed
The
you,
world was
but
telling
later.
her its secrets. I think she even figured out what will happen to us when the season ends.
Looks like Shadow of the Colossus mixed with like
Is it going?
some Studio Ghibli
gone?
thing.
Not yet.
Season. A letter to the future. Oh, autumn 2022. Okay, got it. Hello, Yoshi P! Hell, Yoshi P, son! Alright, hold on, let me chill. I'm hyped for this game.
最新のトレーラーとともにインタビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも楽しみにお待ちください。今世界には本当に様々な
This guy's on Sakurai levels of
僕ら
like
ゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということしかできません。ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じてゲーマーの
There's 5 minutes left. This is how they're ending it then.
楽しめる時間を提供していきたいと思ってます。それでは最新のトレーラーをどうぞ。
Yes! Injected into my veins, Yoshi P! Oh! In a world ruled by tyranny and turmoil, there are those who would fight to take back control of their fate.
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield. It wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate
See you later, Elmo.
aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
Oh shit, they're dueling? Like one-on-one type things? Alright, so I'm seeing more of a HUD now than before.
Sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an
Oh
end
look!
to the strife
Sexual themes!
and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow. If I take the field, our duel will shake the island to its foundations.
Yeah, I'm getting some Kill Chaos vibes from this too. Honestly, I think these HUDs are probably gonna change.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Did they literally sing their names? So this is gonna be about like the summons. They've always been on the back burner. This is like about them. That's crazy.
Awaken, child of fate. Awaken
Ifrit.
Summer 2023. All right, I needed time anyway. Summer 2023.
And that's a wrap. Don't forget to visit PlayStation blog to learn even more about today's announcements. See you next time.
It's gonna be a hot summer next year. Honestly, I think a lot of that too is not final gameplay. So like you guys mentioned the HUDs. So it looks like there's not gonna be party members or anything like that. I think at this stage they would have shown it. Just want to go back a little bit here. So I think this is just like, this is probably not gonna stick around in my opinion. And like the font and all that stuff, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's gonna stay. So remember I said that, but just so you guys are aware, interesting things to note, D-pad, it's gonna have, so you're gonna be able to take potions and things like that. So items are gonna be on the D-pad, and then R2 is, if you hold that down, I guess you would press something to, oh, okay, I have no idea. This is probably just a placeholder, but it says R2. So there's that, and then also on top of that, whatever, we have, top left, you see different summons.
Goomba! Walk tall, be proud.
Go Goomba!
Join the Goombas!
Big Boss! Big Boss waited to the end too. He made sure that the screen wasn't covered with his donation while we're in the middle of the the state of play. All right, so oof, I took that for you, Big Boss, just so I can move quickly here. All right, so just to finish off, interesting things of note. Gambit counter is here. Gambits are from Final Fantasy 12. There's numbers, so it looks like he's going to be attributing to different summons as you obtain them as the game goes on. Levels are up here. HP's up here. I think this is just a full-on action game with RPG elements. So it's going to be a full-on action RPG in my opinion. Just wanted to point that out. I'm not going to sit here and analyze the shit out of this trailer. We can do that some other time. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I didn't think there was like too many major slaps here. State of play, like honestly, I wanted to see this trailer more than anything else. That's kind of why I streamed in the first place. But we have some interesting indie titles here, and they look like they're going all in on PlayStation VR 2, which we know is going to release before March of next year, because that's the release date that Resident Evil 4 said they were doing, and it's going to be compatible with PlayStation VR 2, I think. So anyway, there's that. It was an okay thing. You took that shot with me, Raven? Excellent. Excellent. So, as I promised, I will be talking about Sonic Frontiers. I told you it wasn't going to be in the state of play. So, let's break this down. Let's start with a couple of things. And I'm keeping this stream pretty short because I got to go, and I have a video to edit. I'm trying to drop a video this Saturday, so make sure all of you guys watch it. But okay. So, Sonic Frontiers. Let's start with the announcement trailer. I want to start with the announcement trailer because there's a first, like, I didn't totally react to that too. So let's go to the Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube. Oh, it's like filled with everything else. All right, so I'm gonna save this link on the side here, and we're gonna take a look at this piece by piece. So I got 7 minutes. I got to break down. Let's go with the Sonic Frontiers teaser. This one. Okay. Sonic fan, welcome to the stream. So there are a lot of opinions surrounding this game. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break down both the teaser and the world premiere gameplay video. And then at the end, I'll give my personal opinion on the situation. All right. I think that in this case, I think there's a huge overreaction in the Sonic community. And even if this game is awful, like, just the overall overreaction in the community just bothers me, because maybe I'm getting too old, but at this stage of the game, I'm just like come on, man. Like, you don't have to act like all life was siphoned out of you when you see something like that. Anyway, Video Gamer said I'm gonna head out. Thanks for joining me for the state of play. I know that, like, I know people are waiting for this moment, so I gotta get to it at this point. So here we go. Boom. IGN first. First thing I want to let you guys know, This music is intoxicating. Sonic music always slaps. Always, right? But this music slaps. Okay, so just point that out. If this teaser did anything, it got me hyped for the music. I'm going to put this at 4K so that we can see this in all of its glory. Cautious optimism is the phrase that, like, I've never heard that used anywhere else but the Sonic community. All right, so let's watch this. I'm not going to pause it at all because all of this is included in the gameplay trailer. So I just want to experience this. Okay, so when I first saw this, I thought it was extremely beautiful. I thought I was here like sitting in my seat ready for it, right? And there's a lot of YouTubers, I'm not going to call them out, but there are people who have said one thing in the Sonic Frontiers in the comment section of this video, and then have said another thing on Twitter, which is why I can't take some of their opinions seriously. I have to call this out in the Sonic community. There's a lot of two-faced people out there that just cannot wait to put their opinion out into the world, and they're doing it for views. Like, I gotta say it. A lot of people want to tell people how to think, and I just want to make sure that you guys know that I'm going through this trailer to show you what I like and what I don't like. And it's perfectly fine if you like what's being shown, and it's perfectly fine if you don't like what's being shown. So I want to be clear on that. Because a lot of people feel that if they have a certain opinion on something, they can't outwardly say it. That's a problem with the internet and a lot of communities these days. People drive this narrative for certain things, and then everybody else will jump on this meme bandwagon to be the edgiest and to get the views and things like that. We need to stop that nonsense, okay? So, I saw people watch this trailer, right? So my first thing, when I first saw this trailer, first thing I'm looking at here in this shot is they go from cutscene into this world that Sonic's going to be in. Did I notice the rails up here initially? No, I didn't. I'm going to be real with you guys. I did not notice the rails up there. It does kind of look like shit, but I didn't notice the rails up there because that's not what my focus was. My focus is on Sonic. And as I was seeing him run through these flower fields, I'm like, okay, cool. Open world. Now, what did this device do? Everybody's like, oh my god, I hope this is not a bunch of Ubisoft towers. What are you assuming what this does or not? This could be a save point. It could be something to get intel on the environment, whatever. Even if it is a Ubisoft tower, it's not tedious to get to. You just hop in and run. Like, does Breath of the Wild get a pass for having a ton of shrines? There's a ton of shrines that just are boring entirely. And I'm not saying that to bash Breath of the Wild. But there's a lot in Breath of the Wild where I'm replaying the second time around. I'm like, man, there's really nothing to do here but walk around in the wilderness. Like, here's a shrine here, there's a shrine there, but there's not a lot going on in certain areas. So when people judge this world as empty, I haven't seen enough of the world to deem it empty. What is empty about it? Because if you compare it to Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild looks just as empty in my opinion. And maybe that's a hot take for people, but like really start up Breath of the Wild again. You're walking around a lot. A lot. You're walking around a lot. You're climbing a lot of mountains. You're doing a lot of things in the wild, hence Breath of the Wild. So if they're trying to go for that, and Sonic moves fast, a lot faster than Link. So if there's a lot of empty space, and they have a whole world that's planned out, which is why I'm being neutral about this. Because if there's a ton of worlds to explore, I have no idea what the goal is here. So I have to hold my judgment until that moment. So that's my opinion. Honestly, it makes me want a Mario 64 remake with all the pretty open backgrounds. Yeah, Mario 64, like, I'm not comparing this to Mario 64 because honestly, like, I played a lot of Mario 64 and I like it pales in comparison to a lot of recent games. In my opinion, like Odyssey is one of my favorite because that was a game where there's a lot of things to do and they built on what 64 started, but 64 is like an empty sandbox. It's an empty sandbox, and that people praise that, you know. So just because Sonic is by himself doesn't mean that it could be a bad experience. That's just my point. That's my point. And that's why I think context is very important. What is the world that he's in? Is it supposed to be empty? That's very important to deciding whether we dub this whole world as empty. So that's where I'm at right now. I love the hamster wheel thing though. Okay. So I'm not going to talk about the rest of this really. We do see a little bit of combat. Actually, I think these are things that we don't see in the teaser. So we won't see this in the in the gameplay trailer. So let me talk about that too. It's going to be a bigger world by default. Sonic covers more space by running as a default. And that's a lot more work for Sonic Team. It's kind of rough. But I hope that they make it big, because sometimes there's a lot of open world games where I'm just like, man, I wish I could get there faster. And there's some that kind of did it right. If you guys look at Saints Row 4, they have they're in this cyber universe and they all have super speed and you can do whatever. You don't even need the cars in the world anymore. They went full balls to the wall crazy with Saints Row 4. But running around that city was so fun because you could jump. So you were basically a superhero in this big world, and I never looked at Saints Row 4 as oh my god, now this is an open world stuff. So it worked for that in my opinion. I think it could work for this. Now let's go. Wait, people not seeing other characters and are immediately assuming that there are no other characters. I think that's what's happening. A lot of people are taking a lot of context from this and saying, well, if this is what they're showing, this is what there is. So I'll get to that point later. All right, so here, Sonic is going to have an ability, and I think it's going to be similar to Astral Chain. I don't know if you guys have played that game by Platinum, but clearly you're going to have a power where if you put certain designs around enemies, you may be able to do this around multiple enemies, is what I'm thinking. So you have maybe upgrades that make this chain even longer. If that's the case, then they bit off an Astral Chain. But you heard it here first. Sonic is going to be able to bind or use an attack on enemies. You're going to have a button that you can press to start this little loop. And that loop's going to be very important to gameplay going forward. There's going to be a lot of puzzles based around that particular mechanic. That's something that was illustrated in the very first Sonic Frontiers teaser, where he's running around a forest and you see him, making that design. So I think this whole thing, this mechanic's going to be very important. Whoever played this, I think it was IGN, they did it around one enemy, so it doesn't really show off how good this mechanic could be. But I imagine you could wrap both of these enemies and let that go. I honestly think that could apply for multiple enemies. Just want to point that out. I think that we're going to get more combat footage tomorrow, by the way. That's what IGN has said. So, remember I said that. This looks like a totally different enemy. I love how the enemies look like these warped Eggman robots. They look like Eggman robots, but something's completely off about them. They seem very alien-like. That's all I really have to say about that. I can't really speculate more. But I think that there's something off about these, and there's a way to address it. I like that moveset, by the way. Hold on. So I think there was a jump cut there. So Sonic has this ability to kind of warp around. I think that's an upgraded homing attack. And yeah, I hated this animation. I honestly don't think this is going to be the final result of it. If it is, Sonic Team, shame on you for that. I'll say that straight up. This is a cool attack, but yeah, this animation is jank. You just kind of swirled a static animation of Sonic around and around to show off a tornado. They definitely need to fix that. That's my opinion on that. Okay, so now we're grinding, right? And we get a nice little lay of the land. Actually, I'll come back to that later. So I think these big enemies are going to be an interesting part of gameplay, because this is what was advertised in the initial teaser. It was a CGI cutscene or something like that, and you see wow. You see Sonic taking on this big ass monster, and then that's where the original teaser cuts. I think these are gonna serve as the big enemies if you guys have played Horizon Zero Dawn, think like the tall necks, but just like a little bit more aggressive. So Sonic is probably gonna have to figure out a way up to get up there, and by destroying this top part, you're clearly gonna get something cool from this. And again, I think that the rewards are gonna be very important to me actually doing this. If you don't give me a proper purpose for taking down these enemies and going through this land to complete these puzzles and things like that, then yeah, there's not gonna be much point in me doing this other than running around. So that's why I think that the context for rewards and what comes out of this type of gameplay makes it very important for me. I think context is extremely important. Robots look AI generated in concept. I mean, not really. And again, if this is a cyber world, as has been theorized by a lot of people, this would make a lot more sense. The rails in the sky would make a lot more sense in comparison to all the other games where we've seen random ass rails in the sky. So like, does it look like trash here? Yeah. I think there's a better way to kind of show these off in the air. But like all these floating platforms and things like that, I think you can explain via the plot. If this is a cyberverse or some type of sandbox for Eggman, which is a total IDW comic arc, by the way, and this game's written by Ian Flynn, I'm just saying, in the comics, Eggman has like this whole virtual world that he has as a sandbox, and he can run infinite tests on how effective his robots are. If this is a similar environment, I say like you can go balls to the wall with anything. It doesn't. The fact that it looks too realistic or things are out of place can all be explained in that. And people would say, "Oh well, you know, that's a cop out." But in my opinion, if that was the original concept, they can do whatever they want in this cyber world. We'll see. Also, the grind shift animation to the right is jank, but I'm still buying it. Either Eggman outdid himself with the robots, or there's a new big bad guy, because these enemies don't look like they're made from Eggman. Just a theory. That's my opinion too. These don't look like Eggman branded things. The also interesting part about this thing is people are attributing to a lot of the colors to Infinite, but I don't think Infinite's a part of this. If they eventually make Infinite a thing in this, then, you know, whatever, cool. I totally support that, but I don't think Infinite's going to be a part of this. We'll keep going though. So, the fact that the explosion of this thing is a cutscene, honestly, there's probably a big reward from this. And then I still don't know what that sign is, okay? So that was the first teaser. So now let's get to the IGN gameplay trailer. Okay, so this is where I'm going to go in on a lot of things. I'm not going to totally defend this, what we've seen so far. Remember, I'm kind of neutral. But I'm going to talk about this piece by piece. So we're going to run this. First of all, the tone of the music, by the way, in that initial trailer shows that this plot's going to be a little bit more serious, in my opinion. It's not gonna be dark and brooding, but I honestly, every time I've seen Sonic advertised in this game, he looks extremely stressed or like worried. So there are stakes here. And I like that. I like stakes are involved. I want something serious as Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, Zap, right? Eggman owns a video game and a video game. Yeah, we'll see. Now I need that test planted in the next movie. That's what I'm saying. I think that's an ingenious thing, and it's smart because Eggman is great with machines. So like, what if he had like a whole program or a test environment where he can test his robots and then create the best robot from that test data? Crazy. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see what's so bad about the rails in the sky. I'll tell you why it looks weird, but we'll get to that in a minute. Stakes have to be involved. Yeah. Like legit stakes. The music in this trailer reminds me of Supersonic Racing for some reason. I could see that. Also, a lot of people, let me go to my virtual piano real quick. A lot of people, I've heard a lot of like fan versions of this song. Like people are trying to recreate this song, and you figure if people are putting out full-blown fan recreations of that trailer song, you would get the notes right. Like the one I just played earlier. It just bugs me when people get one single note wrong. So I'm about to pull out the piano and just collect. Oh, Sam is wants a live discussion today. Sam is the one that's been like super depressed about all this too. Like I'm not calling him out on this, but I just think the overreaction is real. I respect him as a YouTuber though. I'm not like talking shit. I just think that he was one of the people on Twitter yesterday that were just like overreacting a little. What was I saying? So Sonic Frontiers movie trailer. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Okay, do you hear that? Maybe it's not this one. I think that person got it right, or maybe I've just been sipping on a little too much right now, but okay, I think it's this one. This is the one that I was hearing earlier. All right. This is a beautiful rendition of the trailer music, right? And I honestly like that it sets the tone of something darker. Here's what a lot of people are playing. I just want to call this out. This is a very like side note. Music is very important. There's very important things. And when it comes to music theory, I'm not a musician. I used to play piano, but I understand music. And when you're composing something, like you have to make the notes resolve. And this okay, get to the main melody. You hear that? Something super off about that. I'm gonna get back to the gameplay trailer in a second, but here's the piano. Let me see if I can get the note. Where does it start? Okay, it's a G. Okay, so that's where we're starting. All right, so I think it's only like there it is. Okay, here we go. There it is. It's a G. So why are they doing this? I'm about to go off on everybody today. I'm about to go off on all Sonic YouTube today. So I'm just telling you. Hold on. Let's hear that one more time. You hear that? Okay. And here's the trailer. Here's the trailer. Go back to the trailer. I'm nitpicking like hell today. Why am I so nitpicky today? Because I feel like I have a war to rage with Sonic YouTube right now. Teaser. So you heard that, right? And so one more time. This side. They got that note right. You hear it. So it's so weird that they're translating that way. Anyway, just one last time. If any of you guys make fan YouTube music content, here's what you gotta do. Here are the notes. Throwing it out there for you. Oops, not that one. Here we go, one more time. I misclicked. Here we go. I misclicked again. I'm drunk. Oh, shit. Okay, one more time. There we go. It's a G. Anyway, I'm done with that. Music is on point. I am curious to see, again, context. Why is the music like that? I need context. I need somebody to tell me why the music is so somber. Because normally, Sonic stuff is very upbeat. So if I know what the trailer is, what the story is, what Sonic's resolution is here, what his goals are, that's the important part about all this stuff. So, that's very important. That's why I had to point that out. I love the music. Something about it. It's great. Okay, so let's get into this finally. Scourge Wolf. Shout out to my boy Scourge Wolf out here, bruv. So if you guys have watched any of my Sonic timeline videos, that's the editor for it right there. Normally I edit my own stuff. Everything else has been edited by me, but he has been helping me with that Sonic timeline stuff. So if you guys have ever drooled at like all the things that are coming out of my wall during that series, you can blame that on Scourge Wolf. Shout out to you, bruv. Let's see. Even an 8-year-old kid knows how to make a better game for real. Lord, yo, coming in hard with that. Okay, hold on. So here we go. Here are my thoughts. We're gonna go through this. Boring gameplay, trash game. Yeah. All right, here I'm gonna go through this. All right.
IGN first for the month of June 2022.
Shut
it's all about
up, IGN. Just play the game.
World premiere gameplay focusing on exploring.
All right, it says it's 4K, so I should be streaming this at like pretty big quality here.
Be sure to stick with IGN throughout June so you don't miss.
Dajan, I see you.
Until then, here's your first look at gameplay from Sonic Frontiers.
Dajan. Right. Okay. So here we go. We start in the middle of this island, and I think this is the starting area. Now, a lot of people have issues, first off, with rails in the sky and random things floating in the sky. Now, I'm half and half on this. Because it does look that, like, especially with these springs, it does look like things are just going to be popping in. And I do have issues with that technically. So there is a lot of pop in. And the thing is, like, that's one part that could be optimized, but they would need explanation for a lot of that stuff hovering there. I think that the springs are actually supposed to be like have some hover device below them, which is why they're there, but it's not necessarily rendered properly there. So that's my big issue with this. The rails, less so much, because we've seen that before in like Sonic Adventure and all that stuff where rails are just floating in the sky with zero support whatsoever. Now, seeing them in the distance, it doesn't work. It's jarring to people because the rails don't work in like an open world setting where you can kind of see everything. So I think what would fix this, if you guys want my personal opinion, to get the least amount of backlash, you can have the rails there. I honestly think that there needs to be, from a distance, more fog or more clouds in the sky to show more sky atmosphere to kind of hide a lot of these like technical things. And that's pretty easy to implement overall. I'm not saying it's going to fix the problem of people having issues with rails and springs in the sky, but you could have reasons for that. Like, for example, this spring could have a little booster underneath it and it just kind of like hovers a little bit, not where it's hard to land on, but you could have that as well. Sonic Team could implement that. I'm not saying that they will. And also the rails in the sky, that shouldn't be an issue, but like a little bit of fog and ambiance here would go a long way. So Sonic, I don't know, that's not full speed because we'll see him boost later. His running animation though is a little bit slower, and I'll tell you why that's important, because otherwise this would be a very slippery game. Now the question is, are there two modes of Sonic speeds? Just this? Three. Him walking, him running, or him boosting. And that would make three. I don't know if there's any other way to really have Sonic run at different speeds unless you have something that's more momentum based. And if it's momentum based, you're going to be losing a lot of speed in a lot of areas. So I think Sonic Team has to kind of figure out a balance between going fast and finding a speed that's comfortable to navigate and direct around an open world. Because if you're going way too fast, none of this is going to be interesting. You're not going to want to stop in a lot of places. You're not going to do certain things. So this is basically, I think that they're going to be dabbling in different speeds there. So there's that. Eric, thanks for coming through. Gotta go to bed. Have fun with the rest of the stream. Thanks. Appreciate it, son. All right, so the first thing I noticed when I watched this was the speed pads that everybody has an issue with. For some reason, I never really had much of an issue with speed pads. Speed pads have always been there from the first 3 trilogies. They were in 2D. There's the speed thing that would push you through. Not saying that they were everywhere, but speed pads have been an ongoing thing in the Sonic franchise for a very long time. Now, did we need them here? Let's see why we needed them here. Gameplay-wise. We don't. You can literally walk to that spring. So that's kind of a pointless addition. But it does give like if this is the intro area, it does give a reason as to why you know, speed pads are introduced. But this does direct you. So I do have criticisms of that too. But we come up here and we see Sonic get a heart. I don't know what that means. I don't know if the ring system is going to be like... I don't know if the ring system is going to be taken out in favor of like a heart system or a stamina system. Now, if they do a stamina system, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be like Breath of the Wild already. So... Sonic's 31. He's going to be slower, right? Okay, so there's a wall running mechanic, which I think the last time we saw that was Lost World. I'm interested to see what the difference is between wall running, and later on we'll see wall climbing. Like, can I do this at any time or not? That's a question I have. I can't really weigh in on this too much. SG, I have returned for spicy Sonic Frontiers discussion. I know a bunch of Sonic people are like talking about this right now, so we got to talk about this. Okay, so here's our first grind mechanic. People have said, oh, this has no momentum. I don't really take issue with it because Sonic Unleashed was much like this too. If we want to set a precedent for any rail grinding, then yeah, it should be Sonic Unleashed because that's the like last time there was a lot of rails to grind on. And maybe like to a certain extent Sonic Generations. But again, it's such a nitpick. It really is a nitpick. This is something I can let slide. The other things that I told you before definitely need to be fixed, in my opinion. Alright, so the climbing mechanics. Why does he have to climb here rather than run? Again, context. They're showing 2 different types of mechanics. Apparently he can run on walls, but he can also climb too. I don't know what the difference is, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point. I don't know if it's a skill-based thing where at some point he can wall climb or whatever, or maybe it's just totally inconsistent. Who knows? Alright, so one more thing about the springs here is they're definitely suspended. They have like a little floating device in there, so they're not just floating there. They're suspended by like some type of mechanism. So they do kind of address that. I mentioned that earlier. That's actually included there. Now, the one thing that upsets me here is that they did not show what the purpose was of climbing this tower. Why are we climbing this tower? And again, this is why I'm talking about context. Context is very important. So why are we doing this, and what are the rewards that we're going to get at the top of this tower, in my opinion? To be honest, if they fix Sonic 06, it would pretty much be Sonic Adventure 3 because it has the same style as Sonic Adventure. I'm not even going to get into that discussion today. I kind of agree with that. But, yeah, if they gave me an idea of what exactly is happening up here on the top of this tower, I think it would get, like, people more inspiration to climb these things. Here we get a little look at the rest of this, like, opening island. So we can see like water ruins over there. So will Sonic be going underwater at some point? That's going to be an interesting thing. The lighting could use a little bit work, but again, I think more fog and more sky elements would definitely help fill this game out a little bit more. This guy, the IGN player or whoever is this, he's walking like his controller has like Joy-Con drag or like whatever, his joysticks have drag. That's basically what it is. Sonic's gonna be a good game, just good, not a masterpiece. Yeah, I mean, I think people just want like a 7 or an 8 type of game just to have people discussing Sonic again. But the own community is, I don't know. I think, again, I'll say my opinion when we get to the end of this. Again, music is very interesting here. So for each tower, there looks like there's going to be a quick way to descend. So rather than like hover off, you're going to have a grind rail that goes off and then goes off into the distance here. Before it gets to the next part, I want to point out that I saw something. I saw a nice detail on Twitter about this. The grinding animation looks okay to me. I think honestly, the colors of Sonic look a lot better in Frontiers than they do in Forces. The lighting on Sonic's color, and I think he's a deeper blue. It looks a little bit better. Even though people hate this model, the color looks right. And also, like, I love the sparks coming from the shoes, etc., etc. This shot is a beautiful shot, in my opinion. All right, so here, in the distance, there's actually... I have a theory on this. If it's not cyberspace, this might be another planet entirely, which would explain it a lot too, like the alien-like robots and things like that. And the reason I say this is because these are Eggman pods. You can kind of see his logo from a distance here, and they remind me a lot of like Frieza's pods, like when he lands on Namek in Dragon Ball Z. But what if somehow like Sonic is warped to this place that Eggman is like colonizing, which I don't know, I guess kind of the same as Sonic Colors, but I get in that, and I don't know, in that sense he kind of dragged the planets toward Earth. I think this is either like on space and it's going to be like a No Man's Sky kind of situation. Not to say it's going to be that big, but this could also be like an alien universe either. So it could either be like, you know, a cyber world, or this could be like, you know, an alien planet. That's my opinion. It's just interesting to see these little pods. Like, what is the purpose of these little camps? Why do they look like that? So again, that would kind of explain the alien-like texture of all this stuff, if that's the case. Again, I need context though. I can sit here and speculate till I'm blue in the face. I need context. This looks super. So I think that they're going like kind of like Ruinish, but like extra. The final villain must be Frieza. I hope it is Frieza, bro. Like, just let's throw like everything at this game. Let's just piss everybody off. Like, honestly, if I was Sonic Team, I'd just go balls to the wall and just throw all this, all the crazy shit. I'd make this a DBZ crossover at the end of the day. But yeah. So this is like a little time thing. I'm curious to see what this does. I'm sure you can hit this and flip like a we've had something like that in previous games. Like for some reason I can't think of which one it was. But if you flip this over, it's probably going to slow down time or something like that. I don't know. But I love the ancient architecture here. Again, if they're going with the alien world, it makes more sense to me versus a cyber world, based on the context that I've seen so far. Continue, sir. All right, speed pad goes up. This is the first. Okay, so there's like little like triangle balloons. So I don't know if you guys have noticed the triangle motif that's around here, but we'll get a better look at that right there. Because it's on like everything. It's on the jump pads. It's on these little balloons. So again, I think that Eggman's gonna be involved, but he's not gonna be the only villain involved here. There's something else at work here. So I'm curious to see what that is too. Okay, so we get rings there. And there's another heart here. So I don't know. These hearts either might like help with stamina. I don't know if it's going to help with health because there's no HUD on here. But yeah, I don't know what these do. I don't know if this is just healing him or upgrading something. So there's that. Flair saying, I want to see a Frontiers villain. Also in there, by the way, is fruit. There's a lot of hints toward a Chow Garden coming back. I just want to point that out to you guys too, if that brings any excitement to the world. I'm not confirming, but there's a lot of different things that point to a Chow Garden being involved here. So that is the first fruit collected. So the fact that it's in a random box tells me that it's not going to be like something completely rare, Well, you got to look around and you'll find different types of these things. Same with the hearts. The hearts look like they're collectibles, and then you might have to spend these hearts on certain things. That's what I feel and from what I'm seeing right now. Now I want a Sonic Dragon Ball crossover. I wish we get that one day. What if you can run slow and run super fast like in the cartoons? That would be cool, and it's way better. Honestly, yeah, I'm noticing that the boost has been put in here. And I noticed that the IGN guy is going to be boosting toward the end, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. I don't really like that. I wish there was like a run faster button, much like Sonic Lost World. Or, on the flip side, if you collect things and you can up your general run speed, and then you can up your general boost speed. So we'll see. We didn't get a lot of information on movements. Blue Link saying, I'd love Chow Gardens to come back. Me too. But yeah, just pointing that out, that fruit is definitely there. That is one of those collectibles. I see a ton of hearts everywhere. So I think that the hearts are going to serve as like the spirit orbs from Breath of the Wild. The more of those you collect, the more things that you can spend them on to enhance your gear and stuff like that. I forgot exactly what it was. It's been a while since I played Breath of the Wild, but you do spend those things on something. Oh yeah, more health or more stamina. So I'm not saying that it's going to be the same for Sonic, but clearly I think those hearts that you collect are going to be spent on something. That's kind of why they're littered throughout the map, and that's probably why the reason for finishing a lot of these puzzles that we see here. Roberto, I see you. Hello, welcome to the stream. I like this little part here. It's even if and that ends up of you getting a heart. So I think there's going to be a lot of things like that going forward. I'm drawing a blank to Elden Ring right now too, but I feel like there is like a small collectible for that game as well. And yeah, like little puzzles in between would lead you to an item or something. I'm not comparing this to Elden Ring 1-to-1, but I'm just kind of showing you there is going to be reasons to complete these puzzles. This is not just a sandbox. Much like a lot of fan games that people are comparing this to, there's something to do at the end of these little things. And a lot of like these fan games that talk about what these mechanics are and what they do, and oh my gosh, these are so great. They're, like after a while, I'm like, okay, I get the physics, I get the tech demo, and those guys do great work. I'm not knocking Sonic fan games or whatever. This has little puzzles where you can utilize Sonic and collect things at the end of it. That's my opinion on that. So whether these are good or not, I can't tell you, but they seem to have like little obstacles littered throughout. And I don't think these are supposed to be Korok seeds, as people have compared them to. I think these hearts are going to be for something a little bit more important. I saw somebody complaining about the fact that this texture is from Sonic Forces. Sonic Team's allowed to reuse assets. That's not something to complain about, especially if it's like completely different context, you know? And this, I think, is implied. I think everything red in this world is things that are built by Eggman, in my opinion. Based on the color schemes that I've seen, I think that he's built the bridges and things like that. I think everything else is supposed to be like ancient ruins and stuff like that. Sonic Fan 22, I see you, bruv. What's up? All right, there's one other thing I wanted to show here. It's a bad part, something I didn't like. This. Now, people said this is poppin'. Is it poppin'? Or is it a puzzle? Because it doesn't just pop in. There's pop in that's later. This looks like it's phasing in and out, which is why I think this could be like the Cyberverse or whatever. Again, I'm not trying to defend that, because I think it comes in pretty shittily. So they could fix that animation. But you have to ask yourself, is this truly pop-in? Because these are already loaded. This warps in. So I think that this world looks this way for a reason. I don't know if anybody else has said this. I don't know. Like, I haven't watched a lot of like Sonic tuber opinions, because I feel like people, there's a lot of like exaggeration and overreactions on YouTube. I try not to be that guy. So I'm just giving you my complete unadulterated opinion. This looks like that's something that was intentionally popping in. I really want to see ancient tech based on Sonic abilities. I think that's what they're going for. And I'm not saying that this looks good. I think that they could improve that because you have to differentiate between whether it's popping or not. That's kind of wild. That's why I need context. Again, context. This is definitely something that was intentionally loading onto the screen. So this could be a puzzle for an upgrade that's in the middle of that. And you have to like hurry and get to it. So that's an enemy. Looks very weird, but that's an enemy. It has eyes on it, and it has like a little red sphere. Looks a lot like a red ring. I don't know what the heck that is, but whatever. Neon, I didn't see much people talking about the pop-in. Yeah, like I think people are complaining about the pop-in, but no one's really like isolated those pop-in moments. There's some later on that I want to take a look at and see if it's actually pop-in or if it's similar things like this, where things are loading. Because I would honestly, this place is meant to look very empty and chaotic, in my opinion. Which again, why I need context. All right. So one issue I had there. There's not much falling animation there. I do have a critique about that. So yeah, Sonic kind of falls like a cartoon character here. It's not like he registers the fall at all. I think that's difficult to decide what you would actually do here. You don't want to drop straight into like this weird falling animation at such a low height. So yeah, it looks jank. I don't like that animation. Something needs to be fixed there. But there you go. Also, you guys can have whatever opinions you want in the chat. Just don't be annoying to other people. That's all I ask. You can say that this is the worst game in the world. Nobody's gonna care. Just chill though. Let's not fight in the chat. All right. Just want to point that out there. This is a video game. It's just Sonic. We'll be fine. We'll live tomorrow. Life goes on. All right, everybody, chill out. Okay. Victor, thanks for coming through. All right, so here again, you grind underneath a bridge. And you do the boost mechanic to get to it. I don't know what the boost gauge is, what it's going to be fueled by. It's another puzzle that leads to a heart. I want to know what those hearts do. Completely clueless on what those hearts do, which is why we don't have a lot of context for that. I thought that part was pretty cool though. I think that's gonna be fun to run around. Those animations are trash though, let's be real. They definitely need to fix that. Y'all had better looking trick animations. I think those are placeholders. If they release it looking like that though, nah bruv. But he does have a new falling animation. But no, this looks terrible. So fix that. That's one of my biggest critiques about what I saw. This looks gorgeous. I like how this waterfall looks. I like the sound of this area. Very nice. These things here, I think are going to be important. I'm seeing a ton of these everywhere. I don't know what these do, and they didn't showcase it. So I can't even speculate what that is. It looks like some type of throne or a seat. So as you can see, this guy is basically walking around collecting hearts. You're solving puzzles, you're getting hearts, you're doing things, you're collecting hearts. This is definitely going to be centered around some other type of civilization because you can see like these triangle people. And whether they're aliens or virtual people, that's the interesting part. So here's my thing. It's called Sonic Frontiers. So a new frontier. I honestly think it's going to be a different planet or a different world. And the characters are going to be exploring it. I think that's the gist of it. Eggman's definitely going to be there. A lot of it's going to be empty. And that's probably how it's going to start. And it's going to lead into other worlds that ends into something else. But that's my guess. My slight guess. This is a shit puzzle, but I'll give it a pass since it's the very first level. Now, I hope the puzzles are challenging. If they're not challenging and boring, then that's going to be a problem. These question marks, I'm pretty sure, are supposed to be tutorial markers, but we don't exactly see what these are. The bad guys from Sonic X? Probably not. Yeah, as I mentioned before, like, see that button, whatever that is, I don't know if that's used to do certain things, like as far as like speed up or whatever, but definitely leaves a trail behind you. And this is more than likely going to be used to complete a lot of puzzles or run faster. I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to upgrade how long this lasts. So if you want to capture like several different enemies in that whirlwind, that's probably what's going to happen there. This IGN guy is not showing that off though. I would love the Metarex though, but I think it's too late to add them into a game. It'd be a little odd at this stage. It's the Coliseum. This seems kind of pointless though. I don't know what this area is supposed to be. I like how it looks. I just wish there was like some type of event out there. Or maybe there is and they're not showing everything. There's another little thing here. People are asking what this symbol means. This looks like a chest. So either it's a placeholder for a treasure, and maybe that's what these are, like all placeholders for what's going to go there. I don't know why they would show this gameplay if you don't have the thing that's there. But that looks like there's going to be a treasure chest, or there's supposed to be a treasure chest there. And then over here is supposed to be like a tutorial. So like something is going to talk to you. Something. I don't know. The trail looks like a glitch effect, much like the things that were popping in and out, right? So it's the whole trailer is centered around that power. And for the 80th time, context. I need it. I need it. The graphics look pretty good, but the game looks so empty. I think there's a lot of things to do here. I see a lot of things to collect collectibles. So what do we mean when we say empty? Do we mean that there's not enough people walking around? Or do we mean that there's nothing to do? Because I see a lot of things to do as far as collectibles go, which is why I think that it's important to differentiate what we mean by empty. Much like the context of Breath of the Wild was that there was nothing going on in those games. I mean, like, it was this after a Ganon apocalypse, and there was like little small villages that were littered around, and those places had people to talk to, but for the most part, you're in the middle of the wild. I'm not saying that this needs to be like that, but we need context. So if like this world is completely decimated, I would expect it to be empty with no people around. But if this is like, hey, Sonic got transported to a population of 8 billion people and there's nobody there, then yeah, there's a problem. So enemies and NPCs need to be added. Again, I need context, because we could go to the next world and it could be totally filled. It could be a town. We don't know. And that's kind of why I'm kind of neutral on this right now. So empty, I will take that. I honestly, I accept that criticism if the entire game is like that. But I don't know that. So as we're seeing it right now, what they're showing off is Sonic's movement. And that's kind of why I'm kind of neutral on the matter. That's my opinion. All right, there's like another sign there. Is there anything on the ground here? I personally think this is a placeholder. I would have never given this to IGN with just placeholders, but whatever. I honestly think this is supposed to be a tutorial ring, and they haven't put that asset in yet. Okay, that's something else. So what we just passed was what we saw in the initial trailer. So this forest here, this honestly might be the starting area. So it looks like Sonic kind of warps into this world from here, because then he gets to like the edge here, and that's where the ocean is, I think. No, it's not. Never mind. I can't even speak on that. But that's the area we saw in the beginning of the trailer. If they don't fix the gameplay, then I think I can rely on the music and possibly story, because Ian Flynn is writing the story, and we already heard some of the music. Right. Thing is, the gameplay doesn't even look awful. It doesn't look amazing, but it doesn't look awful. So that's why I want to see the rest of the features and see where this would go. All right, so there's like a blue thing glowing here with like a chest. Again, is that a placeholder or is that something to collect? There's another tower here, so we saw that earlier. There's another one of those ring things. That could be a checkpoint, as somebody said earlier. A lot of people were making fun of this puzzle. I don't think it's a horrible puzzle. Because this is clearly like, I think this is a tutorial puzzle. So whenever you run into whatever this placeholder is, it's going to be like, oh, solve the puzzle to obtain this. So as long as these get harder later on, I'm cool with that. And then in the background, we see one of those large enemies that Sonic took out in the teaser. So I think we're going to see more of that from IGN tomorrow. So yeah. Does this guy eventually get this? Okay, he doesn't. Does a heart come out of this, or is it a fruit? I can't remember what comes out. God, what's going on? I'm just hoping to God that this game is good. Same. See, a fruit comes out of that. Okay, here we go. Here's another part here. So this part... Do you see these things? They look a lot like Chow to me. Or whatever those creatures are. These look like Chow, man. They just look a little bit different. Or something like Chow. I think, honestly, this is why they're collecting the fruit. It's gonna be for these animals. So I honestly think that there's some type of Chow garden. That's what I'm prospecting. Let's listen to that sound, by the way. I'm gonna shut up. Does it sound like Chow to you? Let's find out. That's a Chow noise. There are Chow in the game. Now, can we confirm whether there's a Chow garden or not? I don't know, because Chow have been in a lot of games prior to this. So the fact that you're collecting fruit makes it very interesting. I don't know if you'll be able to raise them, though. But they're there. I don't know what this does. You're powering up the Monado from Xenoblade. Oh, look. Okay, so yeah, there's another fruit. So again, you're doing all this to collect fruit and hearts. Now, I don't know what those two things do, but there's that. So here's my opinion on what I saw. I walked you guys through all of it. There's a lot of things that are rough around the edges. And whether or not Sega fixes that is the important part. What they have is a good basis, though, in my opinion. They have a great basis here. They have an open world with a ton of things to traverse and just run around as Sonic. I've been wanting that for a very long time. I've been wanting to run around at high speeds to kind of explore a large area with Sonic. And is this my ideal idea of that? No. But my expectations from this game revolve around what exactly the purpose is here. Because if they give me zero reason to climb these towers, then yeah, I'm gonna hate this game. Because why would I go up there if I can just continue the plot? This shouldn't just be a sandbox for me to run around in. And I honestly think that if Sonic Team goes that route, then yeah, I'm gonna be upset with that, and it needs more time in the oven. But I think that taking down bosses, completing those puzzles, you're going to get a lot of collectibles that are going to be doing certain things. And I need to know what those things do. As for the rails in the air and all that other stuff, like those rails sitting around in the air, I think simple sky effects can fix that. I'm interested to see why Eggman has Frieza ships landed on this area. This looks gorgeous to me. And I've seen Sonic in weird locations before too. And on the flip side, I've seen Mario in the same. Some people are saying this is the PSO2 engine. Why not? I don't think this game needed a new one. It's just what they did out of it. And again, much like Game Freak, I consider Sonic Team to be like very lacking as developers sometimes. They have great ideas and they can make things look very nice and gorgeous. But this is not the Adventure team. I don't even think this is the Unleashed team. I don't even think this is the Generations team. Sonic Team is a bunch of developers that are led by Takashi Iizuka, who you guys know I don't necessarily like too much. I think that he has a great heart and he's made a bunch of good decisions, but he's made a ton of bad ones too. And it's odd to me that he's still like the producer of all this stuff. So I'm hoping that Sonic Team gets their act together with it. I think that this looks great. As far as like the basis, I don't think all is lost. And this is why I have to extend my criticism to a lot of Sonic YouTubers and other Sonic YouTubers and people on Twitter. Because I think a lot of them tried to say buzzwordy things. At the end of the day, you're not going to lose sleep at night because the demo looked like this. I need Sega to say something first. I need a trailer from them, what the context is. Why are we doing these things? Okay, now that I have that context, traversing around, gathering hearts as Sonic and providing that for skills to make him go faster, to make him do cooler things like that. Question, is there fall damage? That's the question you got to ask in every single game. But here are rings too. Are there going to be any reasons to collect rings? Give me purpose. Give me purpose and I can decide whether or not this is something that holds up. Because I don't want to just be in a sandbox. And that's the opinion. That's my opinion here. Outside of that, I'm going to need some time to like have a full opinion on this. And I need Sega to show like an official trailer and not just IGN playing things. Because there's a lot of things that he missed out on. If I had this in front of me, there's a ton of things that I would be looking around and trying to figure out about this world that I'm in. So IGN is going to be drip feeding you guys this stuff throughout the week. I mean, throughout the month. And we're going to learn more. Now, my biggest gripe is that Sega is using that type of marketing to drum up hype. I think it's a stupid way of doing it. And yeah, they shouldn't have done it that way, in my opinion. But outside of that, I think I'm going to have fun with this game. It doesn't look incomplete. I just need to see the rest of it to determine that. That's not pop-in. So people are talking about pop-in. That's not pop-in. That's a puzzle. That's also a puzzle. Now those things, that definitely pop-in. That's a problem. Like over here. See, okay, that's pop-in. But that thing appearing over there, that wasn't pop-in. Anyway, you give this game a 4 out of 10. Looks boring. Either way, that's my opinion on it. Like, I'm not going to drive it into the ground or whatever. I still need to see more. This is a build from 1 month before. I heard this is from May as well. Honestly, though, like, I agree with a lot of people where if you show this off and you're saying this is coming out within 6 to 7 months, I know that there's not a lot of development that's going to be changing. I think that you would need another year for this to have substantial changes. So, you know, even if this is a build for May, the fact that Sega said, okay, you can go ahead and show this off next month, it shows that there's not much difference with like the current build that they have. So I want to put that out there. Tailor your expectations, because I think personally this is what you're going to get, but I think a lot of placeholder stuff is here as well. Animations, like the grinding looks fine to me, but definitely the tricking in the air, this little part that he's gonna do in a second here. Oh, not that. I showed it to you earlier, but when he's tricking in the air, that looks like garbage. They need to fix that. And then the wall run, I think, is pretty cool. So it looks like they're bringing in elements of Lost World with Generations, with Forces, and all this other stuff to combine into this open world. I don't know. Somebody said they spotted a Chaos Emerald in a temple at some point. I'm not going to dig around for that. Like, I'm not going to, you know, bore through every single piece of this trailer. But I think overall, I have this to say. The moment that, you know, 30-second footage dropped, and then you have a 7-minute world premiere gameplay trailer, it's a good way to determine whether or not you have general interest in the game. But like the exaggeration as far as this is the worst thing that's ever, we're in danger, guys. This is a problem. And, you know, people telling others online that they shouldn't be excited for it because it looks like trash. Y'all have to chill with that, man. I don't know if anybody in this chat is guilty of that. You can have an opinion in that. But if somebody else is excited about certain things, and even vice versa, if someone doesn't like it, you shouldn't be forcing down the person's throat that you do like it, and vice versa. I think that there's so much vitriol right now in the Sonic community because of this one gameplay trailer that it's just not fair to the franchise in general. Now, whether or not this needs more time, there's other ways to communicate that than to dox people who have a different opinion from stuff like that. And you could argue that's just the way the internet goes. I'm fighting a losing battle here. That's perfectly fine. I'm not telling anybody to change their ways, but hey, if you listen to a lowly YouTuber like me, just be nice to other people, man. Regardless of what this trailer says or does, at the end of the day, it should not matter. And I'm not going to go into the camera and tell you that, man, this is the worst thing that has ever happened to the Sonic community ever. Because now that puts an idea in your head that you need to go out there and tell people that they're wrong. And I'm not going to be that Sonic tuber. I love Sonic content. And if this game fails, I'm going to stick with it regardless. There's a ton of other things out there to enjoy about this character, whether it be comics, movies, you know, the Netflix series coming out, whether that's trash or not. But, man, you know what I'm saying? We got to be nice to other people. And, like, that's basically what I've seen over this last couple of days. I need to see more to have a proper opinion on this. That's my opinion on it. And I'm not going to knock anyone who doesn't like this. And I'm not going to knock people who do like this. I think that everybody has their own opinion. And if they're disappointed, that's fine. If you're excited, that's fine. But we can't be trashing other people for their opinions. That's just, for a game at least. There's bigger things out there to trash other people's opinions for. But not a Sonic game. Come on. Everybody's entitled to their own thing. So that's just my opinion on it. Go out there, be nice to people. I'll be keeping my eye on future IGN Sonic Frontiers gameplay. I think we're going to be getting content tomorrow. Apparently, that's one of the publishers of IGN has said. I'm still looking to see what Sega has to say about this in Sonic Team. Next week, I'll be probably streaming the Summer Games Fest that Jeff Keighley's putting on. So there's going to be more trailers and more interesting things. I'll definitely add that to the list. So I guess for me, what you're going to see is a video this weekend. And then the following Thursday, which is next week, June 9th, I'll be streaming the Game Summer Fest. So that's what I have in store. Let me catch up on some of these comments here before I go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, I didn't mean to go too hard on certain people. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling any particular YouTubers out or anything. It's just, I haven't really liked what the communities looked like in the last few days. Honestly, I always look at Pokemon like, hey, these guys are never happy. But now it looks like the Sonic community is never happy. And we need to, like, not necessarily accept this, but just give it time and respect other people's. You know, that's my opinion at the end of the day. That's my opinion on Sonic Frontiers. Anyway, Lord Finza says, is it Fainza or Finza? I hope it's good. Flair saying, I honestly think this will help the series after Forces and all that stuff. I honestly think there's more ambition in this game than Forces. Now, whether it'll hit with a loud fart and a slap is yet to be seen. But I support Sonic Team throughout all this. I think they're trying to make something good. So hopefully, if there's criticism after what they decide to show, they'll take some more time to work on it if they need it. Yeah, they said my opinion sucks because I don't like the game. Yeah, if you don't like the game, you're perfectly entitled to that. But don't make fun of others who do like the game. That's all I'm saying. See, I hope this game's going to be good. After all, it's a build for a month before. And again, tailor your expectations. I don't know how much could really change for a game like that in a month's time. The name of Vidal file is Sonic Exploration IGN first. I hope this game's going to... Okay, so yeah. So that's the exploration video. They're going to be showing content within the next day or two. So look out for that. I'm probably not going to make a video on it, so we'll probably talk about it next week, Thursday on the next stream. Sonic forces me to turn on my own fellow blue blurbs. It's a bit disappointing, though, mechanics and animation-wise. I can agree with that, but those aren't major things that cannot be fixed. And I also wouldn't be surprised if they didn't fix them. You know what I mean? So I agree with you there. I wonder when they will do a lore drop other than Sonic is stranded on an island. That's what I'm looking forward to, the context. I need to know the story, but also I need purpose in discovering all those hearts and fruit and all that stuff. They need to show some more features aside from running around, in my opinion. They should have done that in one 45-minute video, and I think that would have drummed up more interest, and I would have been able to make a better call on this overall. That's my opinion. Let's see. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Supersonic, I think, is definitely going to be in this game. Fall damage would ruin the game for me. Yeah, Sonic doesn't need fall damage. He's never had fall damage, so it shouldn't be in there. The puzzles are trash. Those are tutorial puzzles. I do hope that they get better. Honestly, yeah, I hope that Sonic team's not like, this is a kid's game. We need simple puzzles. So please, like, make them challenging. Reminds me of Sonic and the Black Knight. Definitely looks like the first level of Sonic of the Black Knight. I'd be totally fine if, like, there's, like, more architecture to look at in other worlds and stuff like that. Let me look at the first announcement trailer, by the way. I think we saw a little bit more. Hold on. I just want to see this very quickly. Because I don't think a lot of people are comparing it to this. Remember, we initially saw this, and they showed a lot of the world. So Sonic here goes into this next realm. All right, he looks confused as hell. So obviously he's in a different world. Somehow he gets into another world. And this is it. If this is the whole game, yeah, we have the right to be disappointed. This music's on point too. Like, all of this is on. Who that? Marlon Gudino, thanks for joining TheMentok. All right, see, that little thing is glowing over there. I wonder what that does. There's gonna be night, day. I saw rain in the trailer. This tower actually looks prettier in the announced trailer, interestingly enough. So I'm not saying it's gonna end up looking like this, but yeah. And this is a cutscene. But this is an idea of what our enemy is gonna be. I think that they still have some stuff to share. Either that or all of it's being scrapped in development and we're not getting the real thing. So anyway, yeah, sorry. I just wanted to end on that note. Hopefully we have more to see and hopefully there are more worlds. And honestly, maybe they're keeping things intentionally at their chest and there's going to be more to see. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I have a video to edit. Otherwise, it's not coming out this weekend. So thanks for joining me for the State of Play. And I hope you enjoyed that breakdown. At the end of the day, my message to all of you is to be nice to others. I know it's cliche, but it makes the world a much better place. Nobody likes to be bullied, and nobody likes to be yelled at, honestly. I think we can all discuss things and disagree on points without being toxic to one another and poisonous. So just tell somebody today that you love them. And it's all gonna be fine at the end of the day. At the end of the day, Sonic will live, we will live, we'll all be good. All right, so with that, I'm out of here. As always, everybody be safe. Ethereal Dragon, Do22, Phoenix Gundam, Lord Finza, Master Zin, Flare, King Av, Joka or D-Joka. I still don't know how to pronounce it properly. Gob. Everybody else who pulled up, thanks so much again. Until next time, the Prophet has spoken. Check out my video on Saturday. All right, cool? Peace out. We out of here. Good night. Blue Links, I forgot about you. Blue Links, what up? Take care.